Do you find yourself stressing out over your childcare business's marketing? Are you tired of empty places, low enrollment, low cash flow, and all the stress that comes along with all of that? Hey friend, welcome to the Childcare Business Marketing Made Easy podcast. You know God called you into childcare, but let's face it, you're no marketing expert. That's where I come in. My name is Christina Rizakos, an educator by trade, certified business coach, and marketing expert. I started my own childcare center back in 2003 with zero business knowledge. I knew working with kids was my calling in life, but trying to figure out marketing, well, that was a whole other story. And the truth is, I struggled. I struggled for a long time to fully book my program until I started to learn online marketing strategies that helped me get my program on the map, fully booked, and thriving. Fast forward to today, I own a marketing agency that helps childcare business owners from all over the world with their marketing. Imagine running an amazing fully booked program, never having to stress over enrollment or low cash sales. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and let me show you how easy marketing can be. Welcome back to another episode. So this one is going to be a bit more tactical. We are going to be discussing Facebook ads and Google ads. I'm going to be throwing a bunch of numbers your way. So it's a good idea to get out a pen and paper, maybe some coffee, and a quiet place to listen to this podcast, because I promise it is going to be super valuable if you are interested in paid traffic and you're not quite sure which platform to use. Should you use Facebook? Should you use Google? You don't know, you're confused, and you're trying to figure out what the best solution is for your childcare program. So before we dive into the training, I want to mention that I do offer free marketing strategy calls. So what those are basically are video calls, 15 minutes long, and we talk about marketing. So when you hop on the call, you're going to tell me a little bit about your program. We're going to talk a little bit about what you've tried in the past, why it hasn't worked, and then I'm going to come up with a plan that you can follow and actually implement yourself, that you will get by email maybe a day or two after our call, so that I know that, once we leave the call, I know that you have everything you need in place to make sure you're marketing your program properly. So if you want to get some more information on booking a strategy call, make sure you check out the show notes. Now, let's get started with today's episode. So Facebook and Google ads. Which one should you be using as a childcare business owner? So before I share my thoughts on which platform you should be using, I want to share some numbers, and I want to talk a little bit more about each platform, pros and cons, and how they're different, okay? So when we are thinking of a Google ads, we can think of Google this way. So if we're placing money in Google ads, Google helps you find new customers, because Google, obviously, it is the biggest, the most popular, most powerful search engine out there, right? So when someone goes on Google, they know what they're looking for, right? So for example, private daycare near me, bilingual program, science workshops, after school care, right? Clients, your potential clients, they know what they're looking for, and they go on Google to find a possible solution to their problem, like what they're looking for. Now, when we're thinking of Facebook, well, Facebook, you should think of it this way. Facebook helps new customers find you, okay? It is an excellent way to get the word out on your program, to get more engagement on your platform, on your business page. It's kind of like that first step of engaging with someone that's never heard of you before. You're basically putting your program out there and saying, hey, here I am. This is what we have to offer. If you're interested, this is how you can get some more information, okay? So they're both powerful platforms, and they both vary, and they both have pros and cons. So let's dig deeper, and let's really just try to compare both of them to see which one would be best for your childcare program. So Facebook versus Google ads. Here we go. So Facebook ads versus Google ads. So if you're looking at cost, so the average cost per click, this means that every time someone clicks on your ad, whether it's on Facebook or Google, well, the price varies. So for example, according to fitsmallbusiness.com, Facebook ads would cost $1.72 per cost per click, and Google ads would cost $2.69. Okay, so we see right from the beginning that there is a difference when it comes to fees, and there is a difference if your budget is really, really small as well, obviously, right? So user intent. So Facebook ads, it's more of a passive way to market your program. What that means is that you are creating content. So whether your ad is a video, a live video, whether it's a promo video or just a static image, you're placing it in front of viewers, but in a more passive way to encourage them to stop the scroll and to check you out. Like, that's what you're doing. But with Google ads, it's much more active because, again, the person that is on Google, well, they have an idea as to what they're looking for. So they go on Google and they type up those keywords. So, for example, bilingual preschool program in the downtown Montreal area. And there you go, your childcare business or your website, if your website is optimized properly, it's going to pop up in their news feed, right? And then you'll be probably one of the first websites that they click on, okay? So let's talk a little bit about targeting. So targeting is basically a tool that you have access to in the back end when you're creating ads. So Facebook has this, Instagram has this, but Google has this as well. And it allows you to tell these platforms, here, take $5, for example, and I want you to show this ad to this specific audience, right? So you're targeting them. So let me really just simplify this, okay? It's because targeting kind of confuses people. When you are, you're searching, you're on Wayfair, for example, you're on their website and you're looking for, dining room sets, whatever. And then, you do your search and, you spend a few minutes on their website and then you don't find anything. So then you decide to close that window and to start, scrolling Facebook or Instagram. Have you noticed that you are going to see more Wayfair ads pop up on your news feed, on social media, or even if you go back on Google? Well, that's because they're targeting you, okay? They can tell if you've opened up one of their ads, if they can tell with their pixels, if you are, for example, if you visited their website. So in the back end, when they're creating ads, they can target you and retarget you over and over and over, okay? So that's what targeting means. So on the Facebook platform, Facebook and Instagram, it's much more comprehensive because you can use things like demographics, interests, life events, location, buying behaviors, right? Pages they follow, books people have read, websites they visit. I mean, you can target on many levels when you're using Facebook ads, but when you're using Google ads, that's limited. Okay, so you can actually target things like demographics, and that's about it. Okay, so that's I guess one of the pros when it comes to Facebook ads, that the targeting is much more comprehensive. Okay. So when we're thinking of ad placement options, meaning the different banners or different sizes and different ways, different formats that you can use these platforms when it comes to paid traffic, they're also very different. Okay, so when you're using, let's say, Facebook, you can use different options, like you can have your ad shown on the feed. Maybe you want it to be shown on the right column or on the stories, even marketplace, in an in-stream video. You can even have your ad show in people's messenger on Instagram, on stories. I mean, you can really you can use many a variety of places that you can ask Facebook to place your ad. Okay, when you're using Google ads, you can also do a lot of things. There's a lot of varieties, so you can use banners and all that stuff, but you can actually leverage Google and Google search and their partners. So for example, Amazon, New York Times, and other search engines, and they actually place your ad on their platforms. Okay, so that's something else that you can definitely consider. Now let's talk a little bit about ad types. So these are the type of ads. So if it's video, or if it's a video or a slideshow, right, or a collection. So you can do many different things when you're using Facebook ads. For childcare businesses, my favorite are video ads because, number one, they're cheaper. Number two, they are much more personal. And when we're dealing with childcare, parents want to feel like they know, like, and trust you before they take that next step. So that can easily be done with a video versus a static image, for example, okay? But you can definitely use image as well. When it comes to Google ads and the ad type, well, they have text. So that's just basically just some copy, right? They have call only. You can actually just use Google Ads and get people to click and call you directly. And then obviously there's shopping ads as well. Well, they'll just click and you can buy something, which is not really your case when you're running a childcare business. So let's talk a little bit about click-through rate. Click-through rate is when someone, let's say, stops to scroll and clicks on your ad. They read through the Facebook ad copy, so that text that's found above the ad, and then do they actually go and visit that website that you're directing them to, okay? So Facebook click-through rate is 1.11%. And when it comes to Google, it's 2%. So we see that people are following through basically when it comes to Google ads versus Facebook ads. It's not a huge difference, but there is a difference of about a 1%. Conversion rate. So this is what we are interested in. Conversion rate is basically when you are leveraging ads on Facebook or on Google or on Instagram, and you're asking these platforms, take my money, this is the ad, this is the text, this is the link, for example, that I want this person to visit. That's called a conversion, right? When we get someone to take that next step and to opt in to, for example, get a coupon code or to put their child's name on your wait list, for example, right? Anytime someone really follows through and follows through your call to action and they take that action, that's a conversion, okay? So when it comes to Facebook, the conversion is really, really high, 9.21%, meaning more people actually follow through when they see an ad on Facebook. So this can be maybe they, opt in to get something for free. Maybe they opt in to get a coupon code. Maybe they opt in to, book a tour to come visit. This can also be when they're shopping for something, right? So conversions are higher compared to Google ads where they're at 4.40%, okay? How easy are the two platforms to use? Okay, so that's another deciding factor because a lot of childcare business owners that I work with in my agency, tech is a huge problem because they just don't know anything about tech, confuses them, it scares them, it feels overwhelming, it's too much, and they just plainly just don't have enough time, okay? So which platform is easier to use when it comes to ads? My favorite is Facebook and Instagram because it is user-friendly. We actually train our clients after we're done with their marketing and we're creating and implementing the strategy for them. We actually train them on how to use these platforms so that they can create their own ads later on, to invite to an open house or when they're hiring or whatever it is that they need to pay ads for. Well, they know how to do this because we've given them training because it is user-friendly. When it comes to Google ads, it is a little bit more complicated, I find a little more technical, and it's not very user-friendly. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. So when should you use Facebook ads and when should you use Google ads? And then I'll finish off with my favorite, okay? So when should you use Facebook ads? Well, Facebook ads are best for businesses seeking to increase awareness of its brand or services, right? So for example, again, I want you to think of Facebook as that first date, that first time your spouse saw you, right? It's that first time that you're exposing your services and what you have to offer to someone that's never heard of you before. Okay, so think of this as your first date when you're sitting at the table and you're having conversation and you're kind of showcasing your best stuff, right? This is what Facebook does. So if you are, let's say, a brand new childcare program, or you've been around for a while and you just want to expose more local families to your business, you feel as though not enough local families know that you exist, then you can definitely leverage Facebook ads for $2 to $3 a day to really start engaging and attracting more clients to know about you, right? To get to know about you. So Google ads, on the other hand, are best for businesses with a product or a service that users want or that they need and that they're actively searching for. So Google ads are an excellent way for you to get your business, usually it's your website, in front of more eyeballs, because you know that the people that are on Google are actively searching for whatever it is you're offering, which is really important to know when you are putting your website together. For example, you have to make sure you know exactly what types of keywords these clients are using when they're actively looking for daycare or childcare in the area, right? So that's another great reason to use Google ads, because it is people that are actively searching for your services, which is great. So which one would I choose? Which one do I suggest my clients use? This really does depend on your budget. Most of my clients have a very small budget when it comes to Facebook and Instagram ads. So this is what I suggest. If you have $3 a day to leverage on Facebook ads, then I would definitely start with a video views campaign to really start engaging local moms and dads to stop the scroll and to get to know more about your program. Okay, so what I do is this: I leverage $3 a day, one video. The video is about 3 minutes long, and it basically is that starter point that, hey, how's it going? Look at us. This is what we have to offer type of ad. And then for $2 a day, I retarget the people that viewed the videos with a promotion or another video to really stay top of mind, stay in the feed so that I can get this person to click and book a tour. Now, if you have a budget of $10 a day, I would definitely do $5 Facebook ads and then $5 Google ads. It's a great way that you can use these two platforms to complement each other and basically cover all your grounds. And let's face it, $10 a day is not as expensive as one might think when it comes to paid traffic, especially because you have the power of so much information, so much data, and you don't need to be on your phone or on social media trying to come up with content to post, because paid traffic will do that for you. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little bit more tech heavy, but when it comes to marketing, tech comes with the territory. If you have any questions, if you have a marketing question, make sure you hop on my website, childcarebusinessmarketing.com. Scroll down to the middle of the page and you'll see a little microphone. You click on that and then you just ask your question and I will feature you on a later episode. Have an amazing rest of your day and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Bye for now. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if it did bless you or add some value, I would appreciate it if you go to wherever you're listening to this podcast from and leave me a review. As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. 1 Peter 4:10. That is my intent with this podcast. I hope it blesses you and your business. See you in a few days.